Hi, I'm Travis Holt Hamilton, writer-director of the film More Than Frybread. This is our fourth feature film. First one, Turquoise Rose. Second, Blue Gap Boys and Pete and Cleo. And now, More Than Frybread. I wanted to make a mockumentary. I wanted to shoot a film that that people weren't quite sure if it was a documentary, if it was made up, it was real, just that mockumentary word I had heard for a few years and been kind of interested in trying another genre of film.
If there are two things in life that I am probably best at, it's making bread and beauty pageants.
A couple events that kind of led up to the idea of the film. One when I was on a river trip with the Hualapai Cultural Department. Had a friend that was part Hualapai and Navajo, and it's tradition on those river trips that she makes fry bread at a sacred spot on the Colorado River in the canyon.
We're making fry bread.
What's that?
Oh, it is fun Indian bread. It puffs up. We're gonna all be working on it. It's a family affair.
And me, maybe being a little obnoxious, lots of Hualapais around, and then Marcy and I said out really loud, said, Marcy, who makes a better fry bread? Is it your Hualapai side or your Navajo side? And she kind of looks around at all her Hualapai friends looking at her, wondering what she's going to say. And so, of course, she says the Hualapai. But that got me thinking a little bit more about fry bread and kind of the pride that comes with fry bread. Another instance was I was working with Arizona Highways Television, and we were on location shooting a story, and there was a picture that one of the places had on their wall. It was of a fry bread stand out in the middle of nowhere. So another little image from that kind of got my mind working some more. Through the course of time, those events, wanting to make a mockumentary, and also being involved, on numerous reservations that I've had a little experience with, people saying their mother or their grandmother's fry bread is the best. I started to really wonder and kind of see that, well, who does make the best fry bread?
Grandmas didn't like it too much. Started giving me dirty looks. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm sorry. I just make the bread.
Started to realize that there was a lot of interest in fry bread and a lot of pride, and so I really kind of took the story and started to develop it, found some very unique characters, and kind of tried to bring a few of those people that I know on various reservations in, putting 3 or 4 people that I know into one character and kind of making him, like Buddy Begay, making him a little over the top, and then we have the other characters along the way. For me, the heart of filmmaking is the story. Without the story, you have nothing. The story is important. I love the writing part when it can be just me and my little world, creating, writing, script writing, all of that stuff that goes on in that. Get away, come back to the page, listening to the characters as you're writing, telling me what they want to say or what they don't want to do, and putting them in awkward positions and them saying, well, what about this option? And so it really is kind of that weird event that goes on in the writing process.
All right, guys, no throwing bread, no throwing anything. The food fight is not started.
There's been specifically some of the characters I have written for specific actors. Sometimes that's happened, and sometimes it's not even close to the actor that I was writing it for. What just happened?
A local Kayentian just came up and wanted to buy fry bread from Buddy Begay.
Did you sell her some?
No, we didn't have any fry bread ready, but hopefully she'll come back later.
What's that, Bo?
Oh, this is the pre-made fry bread that Tatanka should have sold the customer.
How old is it?
I mean, it's a day old. We're thinking of taking $1 off. So.
It was hard working on the script to the point where you need to figure out who's going to win. One of the things is I have friends on all of these reservations, especially now having made the movie. So for me, on a personal level was really hard as to who was going to win. If I had write the Buddy Begay character to win the competition, all my Navajo friends are probably extremely happy and agreeing Navajo fry bread's the best. But now I'm in trouble with my Hopi friends, my other friends from across the reservation. So it was kind of a touchy subject of who's going to win. And another issue is I didn't necessarily want to end that big question of really what person makes the best fry bread. I wanted to kind of leave it open-ended.
Go, Grandma! Make that Than Frybread! You got this! You got this!
Is there popovers over there?
Yeah, popovers! Make those popovers, Grandma, yes!
I really enjoyed the auditioning process. It gave us a chance to see some new reservations, to see some new people, to visit some locales that I had never been to, you know, out in the heart of the T.O. reservation. Was able to spend some more time in Hopi, Navajo, Yavapai-Apache, and Camp Verde. Was able to, you know, meet new people, see new people, and, you know, see new faces in front of the camera. Hualapai had a few people come out. You never know when that next person that walks in is going to be the actor, the one you're looking for.
Quiet down so that I can tell you the name of the winner.
Oh man, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to go up against the Navajos because, I mean, they do such great fry bread.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you get a little bit of salt, get a little bit of honey, spread it out, fold it in half, take one good bite.
I like big fry breads and I cannot lie. All the other natives can't deny. When the bread walks in with amazing taste, a greasy face, you get resi.
I never heard of a fry bread contest. I thought fry bread was good all over the place.
Yeah, we've been cooking for, I don't know, how long? Ever since we could walk. Yeah, maybe even before we could walk. Yeah.
My name is Buddy Begay. 30 years old. I pretty much grew up here in Arizona all my life.
I love it when auditions are over, when we have found those characters that now flesh and bone can meet up and match with the characters that are written in ink. One of the characters that I really enjoyed was Betty Mutzvo from Hopi. Just the fun I was having working on the script with creating that character, and then when we held auditions up in Hopi, finding Jennifer Joseph that was there helped us get the auditions going, and then finally at the end of the day, we've had about 10 people show up, and at the end of the day, finally talking her into auditioning and trying out, and she was able to audition and just blew us away when she had us laughing, and she could take the script that we had, and then she was ad-libbing, adding more to it, and to being Hopi herself, understanding culture and all that she was able to bring lots of elements to the film.
I go to so many of these pageants, and a lot of the times it's not just about the outside beauty, but it's really what you've got inside. And now the judges, they're really looking into that.
Buddy Begay's character was really fun. It was fun trying to find the real-life person to play the Buddy Begay character as well. But Tatanka, when he played it, he kind of had that, he just fit the role really well. I love the scene with him out dancing in the sheep corral. He's there dancing, and I kept saying, Tatanka, come on, play it up, dance, bigger dance moves. But he ended up, did a great job, great character. He's, as we've shown the film on numerous reservations, he's one of the characters that people like a lot. There's basically 3 characters that really, I think, capture an audience's heart in our film. Buddy Begay, Betty Mutzvo, and then Charmaine Cruz, the lady that represents T.O. Those are the 3, usually after any showing, that people make comments on all 3 of those, or at least one of those 3 they'll hit. Of course, you have a great cast, supporting actors, all the other cast as well coming in and doing a great job to help play their roles, but just those 3 script-wise, those 3 characters are kind of maybe the most over the top. We had over 60 speaking parts in the film, which is unheard of in my world anyway. And 55 of those with speaking parts was probably their first film that they've been able to be in. And so we've introduced a lot of new actors, a lot of new characters in native country from this film. A lot more people will have another line on their resume, maybe their first line on their resume to go out and get their next part. We shot on 5 reservations in the movie. We shot on Camp Verde with the Yavapai-Apache. We shot on Hopi Reservation, Navajo, and Kayenta. We shot on the Hualapai in Peach Springs. And then we shot with the TO, the Tohono down in southern Arizona. Was the 5 reservations, the 5 contestants that we follow to the championship, which happens in Flagstaff, Arizona. One of my personal goals on this film was wanting to shoot something outside of Navajo land. Shoot something on another reservation, experience another culture, experience another community, get to know new people.
Our mission is twofold. We want to promote the art of Frybread cookery, and second, we want to make sure that we unify the Native Americans, the Alaskan Natives, the Pacific Islanders and Aboriginals, and other indigenous peoples throughout the world as a people.
Every reservation we shot on, the 5 we shot on, really opened their doors to us. We had community members that were supportive as we spoke before tribal council. We had community members that were speaking to tribal council when I couldn't be there about the positive things of this film based on the films that we've made in the past. And so this film has opened the doors to other nations, but also it's made it so it's not just a Navajo picture, it's a Native film. We shot in 12 days. Probably about 8 of those days were 1 or 2 days in Navajo land, a day in Hopi, a day or 2 in the TO res. I shot it with the smallest crew that I've had on a film to, on the other side, with the biggest crew that I've worked with on a film. There was days, the majority of stuff where we're shooting on the reservation, it's literally me and the actors and maybe 1 or 2 people behind the camera that are helping me. Hopi, for instance, it was literally me and Jennifer Joseph's husband. He was doing the sound for me, and she was acting. So that literally, Hopi, there was 3 of us. That was fun. We shot 6 pages. We spent a day. I packed my lunch. Drove up from Flagstaff in the morning. Got there, started shooting the scenes, and end of the day we drove off. Got our scenes with Betty in the car. Shot her from outside. The car driving by down the road, and that was it. For me, that was kind of a fun day. That I haven't really had too many of those days where you're still making a film, but there's not a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of rush to get so many pages done to make the film. Literally, we shot 6 pages in a day, which Hollywood, that's still shooting 3 times faster than Hollywood. Same thing happened in Camp Verde with the Yavapai-Apache, working with Tess Potter, that was one of the producers of the Camp Verde scenes. We shot stuff at the casino. Casino was wonderful to work with. We had, I think, a 4-hour window to shoot at the casino, and it was like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. It was really Tess and I and a couple other people, friends that she had that came on to help, and then, our actors, a couple of actors, and then, we had a handful of extras that were there playing the machines and eating, and some of them even end up getting lines in the movie. Same thing in TO. I drove down by myself with the equipment. Teresa, her husband, a couple of the other great actors. One actor, Malvina, that we found in the morning, the day of. One of the actors canceled, and Teresa asked one of her friends to play the part. Did a great job. Enjoyed shooting in Hualapai and Peach Springs. Had some great community support come out, and some of my favorite scenes there are, the fans watching Sammy on TV. I love shooting in Navajo land. Shot, 4 pictures there. Shot numerous other projects there. So it was fun shooting in Kayenta. Bo Benali stepped up as our producer in Kayenta. He also had a little cameo with a great character that I loved and wanted to develop that into his own movie. When we got to Flagstaff for the Frybread competition, that was the biggest crew that I worked with on any of our films. We had a good probably 25, 30 people there to make those scenes. Those scenes, that was the hardest part of the film, is shooting 4 days, shooting in basically the same location, basically shooting Frybread being made, Frybread being judged, Frybread being tossed around. That was one of the most challenging parts of the film, is 4 days to shoot, I think, 2/3 of the movie. So a 100-page script, we shot about 55, 60 pages in 4 days, which is way too fast.
Give us some love. This is the T man, to the V man, to the Hamilton. Yeah, Big Hammy. Show me what you got.
Yo, Bilagana, Bilasana, Beshlakan.
Oh, hey, yo, Shakan.
Bilagana, Bilasana, Beshlakan.
Oh, and Johnny, yeah.
It always feels good though when a movie's wrapped. You hear that last time, you hear that camera shut off for the last time, principal photography's over, moving into post-production. For me, filmmaking is really a roller coaster of an experience. And I think especially in post-production, I feel that a lot. Where you think, oh good, this is a good film, it's looking good, and then all of a sudden you see some things, it's like, we have a lot of work on this film, or did we quite get that scene? We should have shot that scene again. Oh, what if I had put the camera over there and shot from that angle? What if? Well, this is what we have. Okay, do we go back and reshoot? Should we go back? Should we bring in the actors, schedule another day, go back and reshoot some of the things that didn't turn out quite the way we wanted? We took a little bit more time in the edit than we have on the previous movies. We wanted this to be right. We wanted to, have the right timing on some of the jokes, and so we took a long time in post-production, longer than I want to say in any of the other films, and maybe Turquoise Rose.
Well, it's time to bring your fry bread up here, ladies and gentlemen, and show the judges your best fry bread.
And I even look at it now and like, oh, we could have cut it, another 2 or 3 minutes out of there. That wouldn't have been missed. A couple more fry breads flipping back and forth, or a little bit more of the cooking scenes and the competition. We could have cut a little bit more out. And so I look back at a picture and see, yeah, there's things we could have done better. We could have shot this a little bit better. We could have taken this scene out. We could have cut that scene down. But above all that, said and done, I'm pleased. I'm pleased with the film. As a student of film, I feel like I need to get 12 films made. For some reason, for me, 12 films is kind of that lucky number where at that point, that's where I feel like I can call myself a filmmaker. I can call myself someone that knows how to make a film. So this is number 4. I still have eight more practices to go through to get to that point where like, okay, let's make another movie. Let's make our first movie. One of the benefits of being a filmmaker is watching the audience react to a movie. Sometimes it's really hard and kind of painful because they're reacting not the way you hoped, but sometimes the audience is reacting very well. They're laughing where they're supposed to laugh. They're crying where they're supposed to cry. They're smiling when they walk out of the theater. I really enjoy helping audiences forget about maybe some of the trials that they're dealing with during the day, maybe some of the struggles that they're working through, some of the hardships of life that we all go through. I enjoy having a little bit of ability to allow them to escape into a world that I've helped to create. I was a little in shock how well the film was received. How many laughs there were, how long the laughs were. People were laughing at parts I didn't even know were funny. A couple of scenes like, oh, nobody laughed at that. Okay, well, there's things we can improve. But the way it was received at the world premiere was exciting as a filmmaker. So how was it?
I'm still laughing. I can't stop laughing. Make some more like that. We love the show. Thank you for coming to Walpinit, and welcome anytime.
Without people coming and watching and reacting to the movie, there would be no point of the movie. If I was making the movie just for myself or just for my mother, I probably wouldn't make another film. It's those non-financial benefits of having made a film. It's the audience member that stands up in a question and answer and gets emotional and crying and says, thank you for making this film. Thank you for portraying this in a positive light. I wanted to get it outside of the Southwest. I wanted to get it outside of any of the tribes that we worked with, any of the neighboring tribes. I wanted to get it out of the Southwest. So I took a road trip into the Northwest. We showed on about 10 reservations where it was received very well, extremely well, just as well as it was received at the world premiere on the Gila River Reservation. Other reservations kind of solidified that we had something that was a decent film. We had a film that was being received very well. And so we started to take it. We took it around North America, into Canada. We're still taking the film out to numerous reservations. Our goal is to take it and try to hit every reservation in the United States, every reserve into Canada, every village in Alaska. We want the film to get out. We want people to see the film. What's next? We're gonna be producing more film. What exactly at this point is still kind of in the air, but hopefully you will see more Holt Hamilton Films, and you'll come out and support them and enjoy the movies.